I'm riding around smoking on music so loud. Niggas back before me. I'm still thinking no way to put down on my own. What a week it's been. I did say I would start at 9 o'clock. I am literally 58 minutes late. I'm so sorry. I forgot to do a lot of things today. I actually just watched. I'm coming back from watching a long walk. I thought I'd be out before 9. I'm sorry, y'all. Got out like 9:30 or so. But in a way, I still was able to get the live stream going at 9 o'clock. So pile in, pile in, pile in, pile in, pile in, pile in. Come join the gang on Patreon. What Doja say? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Oh, welcome to my channel. All right, what's goody, people? Come join, man. Come join. Come join. Hopefully, you guys aren't doing anything crazy this Saturday. This Saturday night. Why does it? It just feels. I don't know if it's just because you ever leave a movie and just like feel weird about life, like the air feels different and whatnot. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I just feel like, is something supposed to happen? Is something going to happen? Why do I feel like time just stopped? Y'all ever have that feeling when you leave a theater? Because I'm experiencing that right now. Maybe there's a term for it. It's not that the movie was like so in depth and emotional or whatnot, but I guess any movie that like talks about morality, I guess you leave with that aura. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel right now. It's like I feel like is something about to happen? Is something going to happen? I guess what happens when you watch a movie and you're left in a state of anticipation. Either way, welcome to the channel, classy ladies and gentlemen. This is your we're about to talk playoffs here. We're about to talk playoff predictions. Unfortunately, I actually do work tomorrow, so excuse me. I think I might miss a couple of playoff games, unless they're doing that play in the afternoon BS. WNBA, man. They might be doing that play in the afternoon BS. I'm not gonna lie. They might be doing that, but we'll figure that out. Connect to the internet when I'm already connected, really? If they do that play in the afternoon or play at 1 p.m., if I see a 1 p.m. time slot when we check these games, we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have problems. We're gonna have a problem. On top of that, too, you have 4 playoff series in the WNBA. 4. I don't think they should all be playing on the same day. Is it just me? I think they all play tomorrow, right? Or okay, actually, let me not get ahead of myself. Let me not get ahead of myself. I'm going to check when the teams play. That way we know. But if they all play tomorrow on the same day, that's actually kind of wild. That is kind of wild. But hey, WNBA scheduling going over 44. I have to get a rant off. Let me pull everything up. I got to get a rant off. I don't know if this is the video to do it, but I gotta get a rant off. It won't be long, but all right. Hold on. Let's check these games. Game 1 Sunday. Game 1 Sunday. It's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. Well, let's see what they gave the Indiana Fever. 3 p.m. Yep, it's the 1-5, 1-5, 10 p.m. Early W. I just don't feel like this helps anyone. Like I don't feel like this helps anyone. 1, 3, 5, 10. All games on the same day. We can't do 2 games. Game 2 is on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I just realized The first round is still best of three. The first round is still best of three. Oh my goodness. No, they changed it to best of three, didn't they? No, they changed the order of best of three, but the first round is still best of three. Oh my goodness, no, the first round is still best of three. What is going on? What is going on? The first round is best of three. The second round, but first of all, I thought every round up until the finals was best of five. So I low key forgot. But I was just thinking about the changes that they made were so that both teams get at least one home game or get a home game. It's a best of three series. I just got thrown through the loop. Oh my goodness. So hold on, why is a best of three series? Game one for the Lynx and Valks is Sunday. Game two is Wednesday. Why is there so much break? And then you have game three Friday. For the Storm and the Aces, it's Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. For the Fever and Dream, it's Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And for the Phoenix, Mercury, and Liberty, it's Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh no. Oh no. I just immediately got nervous. Both games are at Phoenix. Oh no, that it's home games. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, so they put in a travel day. Makes sense. They put in a travel day. Actually, no, they didn't really put in a travel day unless it was cross country. But I mean Atlanta to Indiana, they gave them one travel day. This scheduling is just so iffy. Why are all teams playing at on one day? It's not like it's just the regular season or it's like flipped through different games. This is the playoffs. Like I feel like it's more advantageous for the WNBA to have two playoff games, flip another day, two playoff games, flip another two playoff games, and then just have them in back-to-back time slots. Like start one at 8, start the other one at 10, start one at 6, start the other one at 8. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like it's more. I feel like it benefits the W more to have two games per day since you're already going every other day. Why just play them all on the same day? I mean, they stagger out on the Wednesday, so that way you get a Thursday game if they're played, because Thursday and Friday are game threes, potential game threes. So that's only if you get there. I don't see why they didn't just do that early. Why start them all on the same day? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to save time. I don't know. Some of the same old like WNBA structure is still in the league now, and it's crazy because I was just thinking about that as a fan. Like there have been so many changes in terms of like player personnel, teams, and then you get hit with that moment where it's like, oh shit, like the WNBA hasn't changed certain parts of its structure yet, right? So like last year the change was the finals is going to be best of 7. It's just like you forget that the WNBA still has some old construction still rearing its head. All right. Let me just first say this before we jump into the playoff predictions. There are a lot of like I don't even know if I speak all this because it's not random, but it's just annoying. Okay, there are a lot of WNBA fans, and I've mentioned this before on the channel, but there are a lot of WNBA fans that don't really know the game of basketball. and conversing with them is can sometimes be mind numbing because you will get called slandered every name out the book for some shit like a regular hooper can see. That's essentially the rant. So to close the book on the last two live streams, which were centered around Chicago and Angel Reese, I just put a comment on like social media where I was just like, and I think I've alluded to this I've alluded to this on the channel as well, but I was just like, Angel, I don't know if I'm the only one that sees this. Maybe I just pick it up because that's my tendency to pick up players' behavior, especially on court, because I like scouting. I like seeing a lot of players will tell you how they are, especially on court, but they'll tell you exactly how they see the game where you don't even have to talk to them. Like you know how this player sees the game just by watching how they play and just by watching how they move. Just move throughout the game, not even so much the play, but just how they move throughout the game. I've seen this for a minute now. And I was just like, Angel does a lot. She does a lot of extra shit because she knows the camera's on her. And boy, oh boy, they try to come after me. Social media's favorite villain. They try to come after me on social media, and I'm just like, you hating, bleep 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 bleep. You hating, bleep 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 bleep. You bleep 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 hater. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's that WNBA discourse again, bro. Because even though, yes, that does happen in the NBA as well, for the most part, there's an understanding in NBA discourse where it's just like you don't have to necessarily be hating to just notice something. You know what I mean? And this is what I had to explain to this commenter. I was just like, yo, I'm not hating just because I noticed that Angel has this behavior or does this a lot. I'm not hating. I'm actually saying she's very easy to scout. That's just me. That's just me. Like I notice certain things about players. Angel does a lot of extra shit because she knows the camera's always on her. Like it's hard to explain, but this is how I know the difference between an NBA fan being in WNBA space and a WNBA fan. Like for me, because I watch the NBA, because I'm in the WNBA, because I'm in the NBA space, NBA discourse a lot, because I watch the WNBA, because I'm in WNBA discourse a lot, it's so easy to see the NBA fans in WNBA discourse. They're so easy to spot because for the most part, I believe NBA, excuse me, for the most part, damn, I need some water. For the most part, NBA fans, I believe, have more knowledge of the actual game of basketball than WNBA fans. Like if there was a basketball IQ, I'd say more NBA fans have a higher basketball IQ than WNBA fans. Just of the game, of the game of basketball. So it's really, for me, it's really easy to spot NBA fans because there's quick understanding, or people tend to notice the same things, and it's not uncommon to point them out. In the WNBA, oh my lord, point out a deficiency, point out a weakness, you will be labeled a hater. And that's the easiest way to tell like an NBA fan in discourse, in WNBA discourse. Man, that's basically what I see, because last year there were a lot of avid NBA fans. You could call them casual WNBA fans, but checking out the WNBA playoffs, right? And how many people did we see say, yo, yeah, Coach Sandy Brondello, mid. Coach Sandy Brondello, not it. Like, I'm just like, it's so easy to see where the NBA fans are because they're picking up on stuff quickly, right? There's no vested interest to like mask over deficiencies or mask over weaknesses. Like NBA fans will roast their own team, they'll roast their own players and whatnot. In the WNBA, a lot of fans think they have to. A lot of W fans think that roasting or criticizing or just like going at players on their own team makes them a bad fan, right? Now, if you're doing it in a weird way, if you're doing it in a I'd say a demonstrative way, then maybe that is kind of being a weird fan. But fans criticize, fans roast, fans like get on their team for not being good. Fans get on players for not being good. It doesn't make you less of a fan. Matter of fact, I think it actually makes you a fan. If you're a fan where you're only trying to cheer when everything's good, that's not being a real fan. You see what I'm saying? If you're a fan that like shuts up when things are going bad because you don't want to like you don't want to say anything, like you're all hush hush. You're all hush hush when things that got called out by other fans are actually happening and now you have nothing to say. It's just like, to me, that's not being a real fan. That's being a fake fan. Like, real fans praise their team just as much as they criticize their team. Like, there's not a problem to criticize things. So if I'm like, but in the W, I can understand why criticism can sometimes get misplaced or this isn't a word. What's the word? Can be perceived as hate. Like, criticism can sometimes be perceived as hate because there's so much negative shit that flows into WNBA discourse. But for the most part, bro, it's just people noticing stuff, man. It's not necessarily hate. W fans, I think we have to do a better job of understanding when it's criticism versus when it's hate. Because even if you want to get on me and say this isn't true or I'm far off from the truth, remember what happened with Asia Wilson in Just Women's Sports? Like, remember that? I'd be on the side of saying I don't think that's hate, but that was just more so criticism. And I brought up the example of, there's a show called Inside the NBA that spends 90% of their time roasting the players, but that's not coming from a place of hate. I won't defend Shaq, but most of the time that's not coming from a place of hate. That's just how they frame their critique. And Just Women's Sports was roasting Asia Wilson's logo, and Asia Wilson kind of told, basically her tweet to the response was like, yo, this is hate. And then Just Women's Sports took down their posts as if like, bruh, you're creating, and I told Angel, you're creating an environment where you only want to hear people say yes. And that's not reality. You should be more, I'm not saying you have to praise Just Women's Sports for saying this or not give them a side eye, but you're also you're saying, oh, this page is supposed to be for women, so them now critiquing your logo means they're against you and means they're against women's sports. That's not true. Stop equating criticism with hate. So if you want to say, oh, this doesn't happen at any level, it happened at the top. It happened with our MVP. It happened with our former MVP or MVP favorite. So if I say Angel Reese does a lot of extra shit for camera, bro, that's not hate. That's more so that's true because you can see it for yourself. Angel almost anytime Angel like recognizes the center of attention is elsewhere, she will push herself into that center of attention. Maddie Westbeld is having a great game. And again, I don't want to see no responses about, well, Maddie Westbeld said Angel was helping her all season. I'm not saying Angel wasn't. I'm not saying Angel wasn't. I'm not rejecting anything Angel does. But I do notice that Maddie's having a hot game in the last game of the season. And look who's first on the court to go talk to Maddie. You think if Maddie was having a shite game that Angel would be walking over to her to talk to her? She might, but for the most part, no, because the attention isn't on her. The same thing with Haley Van Lith. Haley going crazy. Look who almost recreates the Draymond Green and Kevin Durant gif with Haley Van Lith because Haley's on one. Like, Angel she knows the camera's on her, and she does a lot of extra shit because she knows the camera will always be on her. I don't get why that's such a. It's an observation, bro. And as someone who is a prospective scout, it's very easy to see. Okay, I'll leave that at that. Let's go ahead and get into this playoff prediction. I'm gonna go grab some water. We're gonna break down this first playoff series. I don't know if we might do end of season awards as well. Yeah, we're probably gonna put end of season awards at the end of the live stream. But let's first break down these playoff predictions, these playoff series, what I think's going to happen, and then we'll move to the end of season awards. So let me go grab some water, and then we're gonna get this year rolling. Okay. I did say I was about to grab water, but oh, we'll get water later. I just need something to drink. I know. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and I don't know if we should start with the end of season awards first or not. Let's go ahead and jump into these playoff predictions. Can I pull up the bracket? Let me see if I can pull up WNBA playoffs. Don't tell me it just took me to the same exact link. Show me the bracket. Where's the bracket? Let me see the bracket. Or maybe I'll just... It's doing that thing again. Bro, I forgot this series was best of 3, dog. I forgot. And each team has a home game. That is the CC effect. That is the CC rule. Each team having a home game, boy. That is the most CC rule y'all can argue ever. That is out. What the? They said no playoff game was played in Indiana. This isn't fair. Gave Indiana a playoff series, bruh. WNBA be doing so much nothing sometimes, man. So much of nothing the W be doing. I'm gonna pull up the bracket right now, but we're gonna first look at this series between the Lynx and the Valkyries. Just off top, like raw opinion, I don't know if this is gonna be a contest, but it's weird. This could be a contest. This could damn near be an upset. Or it just might be a beatdown. I don't feel like there's any in between either. Like it's either going to be a beatdown or it's going to be an upset. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think teams are splitting. No, I just think it's going to be clear-cut upset or clear-cut beatdown. I don't think there's anything in between. Playoff bracket. The Valks play a brand of basketball that's very commendable. Like, I like it. I like it. It's good. I don't. They play hard. That's all I could say. The Valks play hard. What else do you want to say? The Valks play hard. I just don't. To me, to me, a lot of these teams are just easy to scout. The Valks, in a way, are kind of different because they're. It's like I don't know how to describe the Valks. I just know that they play hard. I don't even think it's like their system's good. They play great defense, and I think you know what it is about the Valks. I think they understood that if they buy in on defense, if they all buy in on defense, they can stay competitive with any team in the league. Like, at first, it might have been like this is what coach wants us to hang our hat on type ish. But they did it at the beginning of the season and realized, oh, hell, we actually are hanging with teams. They went through the middle of the season and said, "Oh, we can compete with these teams." And now it's just their tradition. Now they understand that if they show up defensively, if they show up with the energy and vigor that they always do defensively, they can hang with any team. So in a way, they might not have believed at first, but the way they play and their effort, especially on the defensive side of the ball, keeps them there. They are well disciplined on defense. I'll give them that. The offense is where I'm like, I don't know how they make it work, but somehow they make it work, bro. Veronica Burton, I still kind of had her. I still kind of had Alicia Gray for MIP because I don't really think Alicia Gray was getting the love she was supposed to get. And not that's not the reason why I wanted to win, but her shooting splits were insane, especially for most of the season. I believe she picked up a couple of player of the weeks and a possible player of the month. Alicia Gray was going stupid on it. She was shooting a dummy percentage. I'm pretty sure we can pull up that percentage if we want to, but I probably could hand MIP to Veronica Burton, but we'll get there when we get there. I just don't know if their offense is trustworthy because sometimes players like Burton, Salon, Carla Late, Kate Martin, sometimes they're on and then sometimes they're just shooting 3 of 12. This I just don't think the offense is reliable, and I haven't heard much coming from Monique Billings in how long, and she was doing work last season for Dallas. So I don't know. The offense isn't anything to write home about. So maybe they're able to stay with teams because they could lock them down defensively, but you're also asking their defense to put up with the Minnesota Lynx's offense. You're asking their defense to put up with MVP Fee. And the most dangerous thing about the Lynx is that Fee doesn't necessarily have to be the one. Are you going to pick up Courtney? Do they match up well? Sure. They do match up well. But Fee might come. I don't know. Are they going to leave Fee to go 1v1 with Tammy Fegbenle? Then you got Alana Smith to worry about too. Alana Smith can get off whenever she wants. Kayla McBride can get off. The guard play might match up better. But then you got Bridget Carlton you might have to worry about. You got Alana Smith you might have to worry about. Natisha Heidemann is grooving off the bench right now. The Valks have energy. I'd say the Minnesota Lynx have. The Valks have energy. The Minnesota Lynx are polished. The Valks could run through a hurdle and not lose much speed, but the Minnesota Lynx clear that hurdle textbook form. That's kind of what I see with the Lynx and the Lynx and the Liberty. Sorry, the Lynx and Lynx and the Lynx and the Liberty, Lynx and the Valks. Like the Lynx get over that hurdle cleanly, the Valks might run through it and still be in the race somehow. That I don't ask me how, but that's just how I see it. So again, it's either clear beatdown or clear upset. Like I just don't think the Valkyries offense has enough to compete with the Minnesota Lynx offense. They do have a draw four though. The Valks have a draw four. Their draw four is winning this first game. No home court advantage. Win the first game. Granted, it's the first game of the playoffs on the Minnesota Lynx Redemption Tour or Revenge Season. The Lynx might come out and blitz the life out the Valks. I'm talking blitz them so badly it rolls over into game 2. F the crowd. They get blitzed so badly in game 1 it's almost as if the series is over. You feel me? That's what I if the Valks can pull game 1 though, I think they might be okay. They stand a chance because this team, it's almost as if the team runs off of belief, which is part of the reason why I don't trust them. The Valks run off the power of friendship. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the reason I don't really trust them. So, yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this series because I don't even think this. Yeah, I can't trust your offense. I'm sorry. We can read the ESPN what ESPN thinks about this series, but I just don't trust. I don't trust the Valks offense. And personally, I don't know how they've gotten this far with an offense like this. They're 2 spots away from us. How they don't necessarily have shot creators either. But however, do want to give a shout out to Veronica Burton because I said this early in past live streams. Veronica Burton had that one wraparound move to get to the hoop, that one chicken wrap behind her back. Veronica been skating all season, just snatches, hezzies in and out, spin moves, step throughs. Whoever's training Veronica Burton, that is a trainer. That is a player development coach. Whoever she's working with, that person is doing a damn good job of improving a player's skill set. I don't know who it is. They're doing a great job because I promise you, I've seen a lot of players in the W be working with certain trainers and working with coaches and whatnot, but I have not seen the progress. With Veronica Burton, whoever she's working with, I see the progress. Trust, I see the progress. It looks great. She's doing her thing. Yeah, I don't know. Valks somehow gotta win game 1. If the Valks don't win game 1, shit's over with. I don't care if they win at home. It's if they win game 1. If they don't win game 1, shit's over with. I'm not doing this. Yeah, I don't think we have to. A lot of people might not spend time talking about the Lynx versus the Valks because they think the Lynx got it in the bag. But in a way, the Valks might. If the power of friendship is really that good, they might be able to steal one game. I don't know. Your team leader is Veronica Burton at 11.9 points per game. Bro, how does this team end up with... Hold on. How does this team end up with how many wins? 23? How does this team win 23 games? One, two, three, four, five. 5th in the Western Conference? How does this team win 23 games? You have no offensive, you have no offense. You don't have you don't have a very strong offensive roster. How does this team win I really don't know. Tisha Amir, Monique Billings, Veronica Burton, Kayla Charles. Kayla Charles just be grabbing rebounds. And Caitlin Shen, Temifek Benley, Tiffany Hayes. I mean, Tiffany Hayes is some offense. Carla Lake, Kate Martin, some offense. Iana Rupea, some offense. Janelle Salon, maybe some offense. You don't have Kayla Thornton and you're getting back Xanda Lassini. She's some offense, 3-point shooting. But it's like, y'all easy to scout. How does this team I don't know, man. The power of Valkyries, the power of friendship. The freaking Power Rangers of the W. They working together, ain't they? They the Care Bears of the W. I just don't, man, I really don't know. I look at that team and I'm just like, bruh, y'all should be, if my Mystics would just stop effing around at the end of games and whatnot, or stop effing around in the third quarter, they would have smacked the Valkyries how many times? They have no offense. And you're going up against the Lynx, who are literally polished both on offense and defense. I guess I gave y'all 10 minutes. Valkyrie fans, I gave y'all 10 minutes. Valks, I gave y'all 10 minutes. I gave y'all 10 minutes. A lot of people would have passed over this. But yes, for my playoff prediction, I am going Minnesota. I just think they have too much. I think Minnesota has too much. They might You know what Minnesota might do? They might embrace the fact that they're playing a team like the Valkyries as their first round. The Valks, they might not win, but they could mess up the Minnesota Lynx momentum. They could just make them work in however many games they play, one, two or three. They could make Minnesota work for it, and that's really all you can ask. That's all you can ask. If they do that, then shouts out to them. You know what I mean? Like shouts out to them. All right, let's move on to the next. Let's move on. Man, I wanted to see Soda versus Seattle would have been too lit. That would have been the series I was trying to see. Soda versus Seattle, dog. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm not the only one who's trying to see that. That way, then we can get like who is it? The Aces and the Valks. I would have loved to see Aces and the Valks. That would have been a good matchup because obviously you don't have any answer for Asia Wilson, but can the Valks hold their own? Because the Aces, even though they've been streaking like beginning of the season and kind of like throughout the season, like the defense has been somewhat like iffy. I think everyone on the Aces right now are like they're enjoying their roles. They finally were able to settle the pieces, which is why I think the Aces started rolling. But speaking of the Aces versus the Seattle Storm. I couldn't tell you anything about this series really. This series is one of those ones where you get a bunch of snacks, you get your drinks, and you just sit back and watch the series. I couldn't Yeah, I have to make a prediction on this series, but Seattle, they've been I don't know how to explain Seattle. They've been up and down all season. Sometimes they look like the greatest team ever. Didn't I say this last season? Sometimes they look like such a great team, and other times it looks like they've never practiced with each other a day in their lives. Seattle has so much talent to the point where it's like, bro, this we shouldn't even be questioning if you can get by the Aces, even as a seventh seed. With all the talent you have, I think what's going to hurt Seattle is they took too long. Coach Quinn took too long to activate Dominique Malonga. Because does Dominique Malonga enter this series knowing that she's like one of the integral pieces of Seattle's success? You might have waited too long to activate Dominique Malonga. You might have waited too long. Because if she knew she was like an important part of this process, she's going to get playoff minutes. And on top of that, Coach Quinn has been running the starters 35 plus minutes damn near every game in the regular season to the point where she was damn near not, I don't know, but she was low key forced to start playing some of the reserves because some of the starters were so gassed. Moving Wheeler to the bench was a good move. I'm not saying it wasn't, but you got Brittany Sykes. Oh, you do have Brittany Sykes. You should have no matchup problems here. NECA Gumake versus Asia Wilson is going to feed families. That's going to be great. But you know what I think might hold, you know what I think truly might hold Seattle is the fact that Dominique Malonga might be a starter. I think Dominique Malonga might be a starter, but she's not going to start. And the key to Seattle's success is having her at the 5 spot instead of Ezzy. I think that might hold Seattle. Like I said, I think Coach Quinn took too long to start giving Dominique Malonga minutes. Because low key, Dominique Malonga should be starting. If the Aces are going to be starting Kirsten Bell and Kia Stokes. Oh, actually, are they? Ooh, what are they? What are the Aces going to do? Are they going to play CPT? Are they going to play Cheyenne Parker Tyus? What are the Aces going to do? Let me see. What are the Aces going to do? Now that they got Cheyenne Parker Tyus back, do they keep Kirsten Bell, 8F5, Chelsea, Jackie, Kirsten, Asia, Kia, right? Hold on. What are they? Oh, sorry, Nalissa Smith. That's who I know I'm like forgetting one more person. Who was their 5? Nalissa Smith. I'm willing to go Dominique Malunga over Nalissa Smith. Kirsten Bell versus Neko Gumake. Asia Wilson versus Neko Gumake. Cool. Gabby Williams versus Kirsten Bell. Brittany Sykes versus Jackie Young. Sky. Oh, actually, it's probably going to be Sky versus Jackie Young. But Sky can check Chelsea Gray. I don't think that's necessarily a mismatch. It might be, but I feel like Sky would be okay. That's not too much of a cross match. But you want to play Ezzy Magbagor over Dominique Malunga? I feel like you might pay for that. Damn. So it's almost as if like the playoff series doesn't matter because what you were doing in the regular season didn't gear you up for the playoffs. So Seattle should be walking into this like, yo, we're bringing Ezzy. I'm tripping now. They don't have Alicia Clark anymore. We're bringing Ezzy and Erica Wheeler off the bench. But how many players is Seattle going to play off? Seattle plays like 5, 6 deep. Sorry, 6, 7 deep and barely 7. Erica Wheeler plays. Dominique Malunga plays, and that's it. You didn't really play Forbes like that. You didn't really play Zaya Cook like that. And now you're expecting to take on the this isn't really shaping up well for Coach Quinn. I will say that. This ain't really shaping up well for Coach Quinn. Like Coach Quinn is, I don't even know if she's on a hot seat or not. It's just Seattle. Seattle is so hard to read. They might be the hardest team to read in this year's playoffs. Are they going to what is overachieving to them? What is underachieving? I like the matchups. I really do like the matchups. I'm looking forward to Asia Wilson versus NECA. NECA's been killing it all season, even last season too. I'm really looking forward to that matchup. I'm looking forward to Chelsea. I'm looking forward to Gabby Williams. Who the hell? Would they put Sykes on Bell? Gabby Williams on Chelsea Gray, Sky on Jackie. They're going to have to try and put Sky on Jackie. I think that's what they're going to do. Like, I'm looking forward to the matchups. Brittany Sykes and Gabby Williams, that should be so much more. I don't know. That should just be so much more offense, you know? The defense is fine. Like, Gabby Williams and Brittany Sykes on defense, that's a cheat code. But imagine if you put Dom Malonka there. You feel me? Imagine if you put Dami M in the mix with Neko Gumake. I feel like that would be so. Like, that should be more potent than it is. Seattle, as far as I'm concerned, is still underachieving. You know what I mean? But matchup wise, I don't think there's any advantage. I don't think any team has any matchup advantage over the other. Slight edge to the Aces with Chelsea Gray, but that depends on what Chelsea Gray you get. You feel me? If you're getting 2022 Chelsea Gray, if you're getting 2023 Chelsea Gray, cool. But this depends on which Chelsea, like the matchup edge to the Aces, depending on what Chelsea Gray you get. However, at the same time, we could give the matchup edge to Seattle, depending on which forms of Gabby Williams and Brittany Sykes you get. It's the playoffs. Your lineup does shrink anyway. The question is, has Coach Quinn run her players into the ground already to the point where it doesn't matter because they're not getting any rest in these playoffs? Like it seems like Coach Quinn is trying to pull a Becky Hammond where she just spam like her starters because they're all Olympians and no one can hang with them in the league. But this isn't the same league. You can't do that. You can't just spam your starters, Coach Quinn. Like the rest of the league is talented. You know, it's whatever. Who do I think moves on? Oh shoot, I didn't give my games for the Lynx. I think for the Lynx series, the Lynx Valkyrie series, Lynx move on. Um Damn. I want to go 2-1. I want to go 2-1. Let me look at the hold on. Let me look at the Valks starting lineup real quick. Because you know what I think this series actually comes down to? I think the Lynx Valkyrie series comes down to the 5 spot. So let me look at this real quick. Let me look at this real quick. Because I feel like this series actually comes down to the 5 spot. And I'm trying to remember who the Valks' 5 is, and I'm tripping right now. You have Temmie, and then you have what's Shorty name? Because they play Monique Billings. Is Monique Billings a regular starter? Chat, help me out. Hopefully chat is here. Oh shit, I haven't looked at chat in a minute. Is Monique Billings Is Monique Billings like a regular starter? I think chat sleep like hell. And I also don't know if my page hasn't refreshed. But let me see. If Monique Billings is a regular starter, you put Monique Billings on Nafisa. No, you put Temmie Fengbenle on Nafisa Collier. The Valks do play like 8, 9 deep. They do play like 8, 9 deep. Yeah, Ileana. I'm not pronouncing her name wrong, right? Ileana Rupert. She plays. I think she starts. She started a couple of games. Yes. Who are you going to put on Nafisa Collier and Alana Smith? You can put Monique Billings there. Temmie Fengbenle, I don't think really can hang with Nafisa. She might play good defense, but I don't think she hangs with Nafisa Collier. Monique Billings can definitely hold her own against Alana Smith mainly because they don't really look for Alana Smith like that. They match up well. Both teams have great depth. They match up well. I'll go damn. I'll go 2-1 Lynx. My heart is telling me 2-1 Lynx, but what I want to say is 2-0 Lynx. I feel like the Lynx might pack them up in 2 games, and I might just be giving the Valks a little bit more push than I should be. Your leading scorer on offense is scoring 11.9 points. Yeah. Yeah, damn. My heart is telling me 2-1, man. I'm gonna go 2-0. I just don't I'll go the math route. I just don't think the math isn't mathing with the Valks. Your leading scorer can't be scoring. Yeah, you have one leading scorer scoring like 23 points per game and the other scoring around 12. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go Lynx 2-0. There's something about that second game where I feel like, okay, Valks might have a chance. Maybe that home crowd is something different. Maybe that home crowd is like on crack. I don't know. Something about that second game is telling me like that's gonna be the one. But you get 3 days. Lynx. I'll go Lynx 2-0. I'll go Lynx 2-0. Las Vegas Aces, by the way, the Lynx and Valks, they go at Lynx, at Minnesota Sunday, at Golden State Wednesday, and then at Minnesota Friday. Las Vegas Aces and Seattle Storm. I think the Storm take this first game. Ooh, that's tough. I think the Storm take the first game. I feel like this series, if anything, might be the upset. Because I don't know how much you want to say the Aces are a true two. Like, do we think the Aces are like a true two seed, or are they a 3 or 4 seed? Because keep in mind they're not that far off. Their win streak only put them a couple of games above the Liberty, and we've been like sucking all season. So do we think the Aces? I don't think the Aces are a true two seed. I feel like you know what I feel like with the Aces. I feel like the Aces are when you playing Mario Kart and you got a star in fifth, and the next two spots in front of you get hoed. So now you got a star in second. Blue Shell hits first place, and then you just use the star to win. And now you have a star in first place. You feel me? Like I feel like the Aces are really a fifth seed, but they holding on to a star. So now they're the second seed. Now they get second place, you know? I don't know if they're a true two seed. Holy hell, I'm thinking upset, y'all. I'm thinking upset. This is bad. This is bad. I don't know how I'm thinking upset either because you have no bench. Aces don't really have a bench either though. I think the Aces it's too late for their bench. But Erica Wheeler, she knows her, she understands her role. Jewel Lloyd, she understands her role. Whose bench is better? That's really the question. Whose bench is better? You're bringing up maybe Cheyenne Parker Ties, maybe for a couple of minutes off the bench. Jewel Lloyd for a couple of minutes off the bench, maybe a little bit of Leah Nye. And on the Seattle side, you're bringing off Erica Wheeler, Dominique Malunga, maybe Zaya Cook, maybe. Whose bench is better? I'm thinking upset though. Gabby Williams and Brittany Sykes don't really give an F. This really comes down to whose bench is better and the coaching, just like it did 2 years ago. Or was it 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago. I'm thinking upset though, gang. I had a wild thought. I was thinking 2-0 Seattle Storm since they're going back to Seattle for the second game, but bruh, I'm thinking upset. I just like the fact that, I like the technical timing. Sky be on and Brittany Sykes is on, Gabby Williams, and I just feel like this team should be so much better than they are. I feel like they should be better than they are, but it's going to come down to coaching and that bench. Seattle might do it. And on top of, like, I don't really think that the Aces are a true two seed. Oh my gosh. At the very least, maybe both teams get a game. So maybe this is just going back to Vegas. But I got Seattle winning. I got Seattle winning if it does go back to Vegas. I got Seattle moving on. That's bad. I know. I got Seattle moving on. That's bad. I got Seattle moving on. Do I have Seattle moving on? Seattle moving on. It just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. Like the Aces are hot. I know the Aces are hot. That one's tough. That Aces coaching is good for something. So maybe they do get a game. They definitely get a game because sometimes Seattle just again they just look like a team that's never practiced before. I don't know. Maybe they might have a fire and a focus in the postseason. Fuck. I don't know, man. It depends on which Seattle team you're gonna get. The Aces aren't the worry here. Seattle is. But I feel like if we get a focused, fiery Seattle, they can yeah, hell yeah, they can take down the Aces. You feel me? Like this has like nothing to do with like matchups, nothing. It's just like what level of focus are you going to get from Seattle? What level of focus are you going to get from the Storm? Is Sky consistent? in this first round. You can't have any drop offs from Sky in a 3-game series. What Gabby Williams are we getting? Are the one that picks her spots well, the one that goes 3 of 5 from three, or the one that goes 1 of 6, the one that can't score more than 10 points in a game? You feel me? Like I have no clue, bro. I have no clue because you know what this series is. I'm gonna f around, pick Aces. Seattle wins in a sweep. I'm gonna pick the Storm. Aces win in a sweep. It's like no matter who I pick in this round, like both they're both gonna make me look bad. Like I can't win. I can't win. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in 3 games. I'm gonna go in 3 games. I'm gonna go in 3 games, Aces. I'm gonna go in 3 games, Aces. I had to go the safe route right there. I'm gonna go in 3 games, Aces. 2-1 Aces. They win back in Las Vegas. Somehow Seattle gets a game. Now here's the thing. I think Seattle could possibly win the first game in Las Vegas. Las Vegas goes to Seattle and wins there, and then they go back. Sorry, the Aces, yeah, win in Seattle. Then they go back to Las Vegas and Aces finish them off. So it could go like that as well. But I'll go Aces 2-1. I'll go Aces 2-1. I'm ready for them to collapse and for Seattle to look like the Avengers, bro. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. Next series we got Atlanta Dream versus Indiana Fever. Now I did say on this channel before, I think my sleeper team is right here. ATL Jacob. ATL. I done saw my sneakers. I done my teacher. ATL. ATL might be going to the finals, yo. ATL might be going to the finals. And first, they got an easy way out. They got an easy way out with this first round, and they're playing the Indiana Fever. Now, Indiana might not be a walk in the park, cool, but you got Brianna Jones versus Brianna Jones, Brittany Griner coming off the bench. That's where Brittany Griner needs to be. That's kind of like when the Celtics put Al Horford, made Al Horford come off the bench. Is low-key a cheat code because they still got game, and bringing them off the bench kind of like offsets everything for the other team. So Atlanta versus Fever, there's a lot of firepower on each side. Like I don't know if the teams have really had time to scout like an Odyssey Sims and a Kelsey Mitchell and an Aerial Powers who are looking for moments. By the way, who are looking for moments. But ATL, again, they have a lot of their players have confidence. I feel like that will get them through a playoff series. And a team like Indiana would be a great stepping stone for them. They would be an ultimate confidence booster for Atlanta. I feel like once Atlanta gets through that, they really establish their roles and what roles they might have going further into the playoffs, and they'll be cool with that. But having Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, Brianna Jones, Naz Hillman, Jordan Canada, Tina Pow, Brittany Griner, Maya Caldwell, like, they should be okay. Compared to Kelsey Mitchell, Odyssey Sims, Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, I'm forgetting who they're through, Lexi Hall. Kelsey Mitchell versus Jordan Canada was pretty exciting last time. They might be they match up well again, but more like you don't have an answer for Ryan Howard. You didn't have an answer then for Ryan Howard. You don't have an answer now for Ryan Howard. You don't really have an answer for Alicia Gray, but in a way, it's like the synergy they have is nice to watch because sometimes Ryan Howard might not be going crazy, but Alicia Gray is. It's like Alicia Gray and another role player is. So Alicia Gray might be going crazy. Nas Hillman's going crazy. And here comes Ryan Howard in the fourth quarter to end everything. You know what I mean? There are so many pieces that can pick up other pieces on Atlanta, especially going up against, again, an injured Indiana Fever team. You know, damn near the whole block is out. Like, there's You brought in more replacement players than almost the Valks at this point. Yeah, Atlanta moving on for sure. Atlanta moving on for sure. I don't know if they get a game off of. I don't know if they get a game off of. Sorry, I don't know if the Fever get a game off of Atlanta. I think this might be a 2-0 sweep for Atlanta. Atlanta might. Sorry, Indiana might be ready to go on vacation as well. So, like they might be ready for the end of that season with all the injuries and BS that they've had to deal with. They might be ready for that series to wrap up. So, this might be the easiest first round series to call. I got Atlanta moving on 2-0. Yeah, it seems about right. Sunday, Tuesday, get them out of the way quickly, get some rest because Atlanta might be looking at some other series, especially Las Vegas and Seattle. They might be looking at that series like, okay, let's wrap our series up quickly. Even though it's best of 3, let's get it done 2. That way we can get some rest or just watch if this Seattle and Las Vegas series goes to 3 or something like that. I don't know. Buy yourself an extra day of rest or something. I don't know. But that's what I think is going to happen as well. Now, the very last series, very last first round series between the Phoenix Mercury and the New York Liberty. No home court advantage for the Liberty. So I'm already spooked because I don't know what my team be doing away from home. There's a lot less barking when we're away from the house. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot less bark. There's a lot less bite. Liberty, we're low-key in trouble. Depending on if we have our full squad with us, we're low-key in trouble. If we're fully healthy going into this first game, I'm talking fully healthy, no minutes restrictions on the Yara, Izzy, nothing. If we're fully healthy going into this series, I'm cool. I'm cool. I can't really speak too much to the Phoenix Mercury other than the fact that I like the pickups they made. I really like their roster. I like the rookies they had. I think they're a nice blend. Alyssa Thomas, I don't feel has the same maybe level of power she does against other teams when she's playing us because you have Stewie to worry about, and then Jonquel Jones is our 5. I don't think Natasha Mack. She can hold her own. Don't get me wrong. That's up to Jonquel Jones whether she gets locked up by Natasha Mack or not. But then you have Alyssa Thomas guarding Stewie, and that never really ends well because even when you look at their matchups in Connecticut, Stewie's she's a problem for Alyssa Thomas just as much as Alyssa Thomas is a problem for these other teams who just don't have anybody to match up with her. We actually do. I mean, I'm not saying Leo or Stewie are stronger than her, but for the most part, they can at least neutralize a threat like Alyssa Thomas. But the problem is we have to be fully healthy to put somebody else on Kalia Copper and Satu Sabli. I don't think we've won a game against Phoenix this season, correct? Let me go look at that. I don't think we've won a game against Phoenix this season. Hold on, let me go back. No, I don't really care about the regular season too much, again, leading into the playoffs as well. But if the same type of tendencies you see in the regular season carry over, then it's just like, it's kind of telling. Or if you see the same tendencies that your team does in those matchups, where it's not like, oh, this team just took a night off and got whooped down by like 20 points. Like, that's different. But if you notice that your team is actually doing the same BS or has a weakness against a certain team, then that's a problem. Then that regular season record actually might say something. You know? I don't think we won a game against the Liberty against the Mercury. We didn't beat the Mercury. No, we did. We did at Barclays. Yeah, that's right. At Barclays. I think we got a game off them at Barclays. But Satu, the matchup is going to be interesting. The matchup to me is going to be interesting. Satu, Kalia Copper, Alyssa Thomas. You got wing presence. We only have, well, we got 2 wings. Again, if we're fully healthy, we got wings. We got Kennedy Burke. We got Leonie Phoebish. We got Izzy. Izzy's kind of like a four, but I'm willing to put Izzy at the four, Stewie at three, JJ at five, Niara at five. We got wing coverage. I think it comes down to the guard play. I think it comes down to the guard play. I believe the front courts kind of cancel each other out, but my my main concern, Satu likes lighting us up when she plays. I don't know what Satu loves lighting us up when she plays. She starts shooting like superhuman percentages from the 3-point line when she play us. She need to chill out. I just think Satu love us. I think she loves New York. That's where she wants to be because she keeps light every time we play her, she lights us up. You feel me? Like she's like saving her energy and her good shooting, or she buys her VC boost when she plays New York. I think she just loves New York. I really do. This might just be projection, but either way, we have to look out for Satu. If Satu's going to start playing well, we're cooked. If Satu is playing well, we're cooked. I think we can handle a Kalia Copper, a couple of Kalia Copper good games, or just one Kalia Copper good game. But if Satu is playing well, then we have to worry about Dewana Bonner off the bench. Catherine Westbeld, she's been hooping. You know what I'm saying? Sammy Whitcomb, always reliable. They play like, I don't know how deep they're going to be playing in the playoffs, but they play about like 8, 9 deep, right? Or probably more than that. They probably play like 10 deep. There's a chance we get knocked out the first round. Obviously, I believe the Phoenix team has had more reps together, especially that starting unit with Makani. They've had more reps together than we have. I believe there was some stat that said like our starting five last week or earlier this week played together for the first time, like all played together for the first time since May. That's a crazy that's a crazy amount of low reps with your starting unit. So we're basically going to be getting in real reps starting with the first game of the playoffs with our starting unit. We're basically throwing them into the fire. We don't even get back on transition defense well, and we got to pick up Alyssa Thomas and Kalia Copper and Satu Sabali, bro. There's a chance that New York gets bumped out of the first round. I'm going to just say that. There's a chance. There's a chance. Even though we might have all our talent still, there's a chance we get knocked out. I'm not saying we are, but it's just we're going to have to pull it together so quickly with a team that has had time to get reps in and practice in as a unit. It's almost as if we ought to hit the rewind button and jump back to our form in May just to stand a chance with the Phoenix Mercury. Now, will it help if we're healthy? Healthy. Sure. But again, those principles, man, those struggles that people were able to see now, finally, that I've been telling y'all about for how long that we've had. If those rear its head, bruh, it's clipped, bruh. We can't be lacking discipline and don't know where the defensive coverage is. That Natasha Cloud interview, bruh, was what it really did for me was it it gave me a level of fear, bruh, because I'm just like, look how late in the season she said that. Look how late in the season she said, yo, we don't really know what the hell we're doing or where we're supposed to be. Look how late in the season she said that. We just get our starting lineup back and we're going into the playoffs. If you didn't even know where you were going with your reserves, to me that's really concerning, because you would think like the coaching staff or on whichever team was just like, all right, listen, we're going to have to get through these months. We're going to have to get through these games with this lineup. We're going to make sure that we're sharp. So when the starters come back, everyone's on the same page. So you would think that like maybe some of the reserves and rotational players would be more well versed on the principles than the starters. And that's what Tasha says, 2 weeks before the playoffs starts. Bro, I'm concerned. And I got to give y'all a prediction. I don't know, y'all. This is like the worst matchup we could have gotten in the first round. Like, give us an Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Give us an Indiana. It's a good thing it's not Atlanta. We could beat Atlanta though. We match up well with Atlanta. But yeah, it's a good thing it's not Atlanta. Damn, bro. I don't know. I don't know. There's a high chance we get knocked the hell out of these playoffs in the first round. And then to put on top of that, if we do get by the Phoenix Mercury, we got to play the Lynx in the semifinals. Oh, we earning this chip this year. We earning the chip this year. Hey, let me just say. If we somehow manage to get past Phoenix, the Lynx, and I believe either the Aces or Atlanta, I think it's going to be Atlanta, and Atlanta to win the finals this year, I will give Coach Sandy a coaching props. I will give Coach Sandy. I'm not going to take back, some of the things I've said over the past year and a half or year and some change or 2 years, really. But I'm going to give Coach Sandy props. I'm going to say that Coach Sandy has done a full turnaround. I'm going to give her coaching props. Like full-blown, unapologetic coaching props. If we can win a championship this season, it's probably going to look super ugly. It's probably going to look super ugly. But this year, I'll excuse it. It's not really excusable, but the path that you have, if you could somehow play ugly and still win, I'll excuse it. Because the chips are stacked against us. So if somehow ugly basketball results in a chip, Coach Sandy, you got my word. Full-blown, unapologetic support from me until the next season starts. I will be called. Well, I might still say, hey, we need to be looking in other directions. But I will give you your props if you somehow manage to get a chip. They're probably gonna keep Coach Sandy because then they're gonna try to three-peat with the Liberty. Yeah, like I said, even after last season, I still didn't. You know what I'm saying? I wanted us to go in a different direction. But if you know what, here's the promise I'll make. If we win a chip this season, I won't say anything. If we win a chip this season, I won't say anything regarding Coach Sandy. If anybody wants to slander Coach Sandy, I'm not going to say anything. If anybody wants to praise Coach Sandy, I won't say anything. I just won't say anything regarding Coach Sandy. If we win a chip this season, I'm going to leave Sandy alone. You feel me? I'm going to just leave her alone. Let me tell you something. We don't care. That's what I'm going to tell everybody if they start talking about Coach Sandy. Because I see the Sandy comments on my channel, by the way. I see the Sandy comments on my channel. And sometimes I'll be engaging, sometimes I don't. But if we manage to win a chip this season, I will leave Sandy alone. Sandy got a clear off season from me, boy. We will dive into women's college basketball and not talk a lick about Coach Sandy, bro. I promise. She win a chip this season, I won't say a damn thing, bro. I will not say a damn thing. I promise. Because it's spooky. It is spooky. We got it in 3 games. In 3 games is super spooky. A best of 3 series against a team like Phoenix, super spooky because anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, bro. We could be caught off guard. We could be caught, you know what I'm saying? We could be off balance. We could turn like lock in for the start of the playoffs. Are we going to win this game on the road? Like this series, whatever happens, if we're going to win, we have to win on the road. Do we have that in us? But then didn't they say something about the Phoenix Mercury won't be playing in like their home stadium or something like that? Like there were scheduling issues again in the W. Like I told y'all about old structure in the W still rearing its head. I think Phoenix might not be playing in their actual home stadium. Correct? That was Phoenix. They said that about right. Where the hell is the news on? Where's the news? How come I can never find the news for the WNBA? Oh, here. Let me check this. Let me check this. Oh yeah, Jewel Lloyd is going up against her former team in the playoffs. I just remembered that too. I just remember that too. I don't think that changes anything, but you know. Let me see. Let me see. I thought I heard something about Phoenix won't be playing in their home arena. I don't see. Okay, now it's not saying anything, but I thought I saw something about that. I really did think I really think I really did see something about that. It might have been on Twitter, so take it with a grain of salt. It might not be true, but I forget who said it, but I think I saw something like that. So maybe we can try and weasel out a win in Phoenix. Maybe we can try and sneak away with a win in Phoenix, but we have to win in Phoenix. And the problem with that is we don't bark away from home, Natasha. We don't bark away from home. Like we turn into this, like we start playing like the Chicago Sky when we're on the road. I don't know what that's about, but like, oh my gosh, people, Satu be D-riding and like I don't think our defense is ready to take on Kalia Copper and Satu, especially if we get Satu, who likes to F us up just to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Satu likes showing out for us. That's what I think it is. I think Satu be showing out. Alyssa Thomas, I don't know. Like, is she going to be a crazy factor? She probably just going to get all our guards in foul trouble. Is the bench ready? Are our injuries like do our players have minutes restrictions? Oh my gosh. My confidence level for this series is like 45%. 45% for the Liberty. It's 45%. I know I have to give y'all a playoff prediction. I'm dancing around that, but Jonquel Jones don't be moving her feet. I don't know, man. I don't know. She definitely clears Natasha Mack, but what happens when Natasha Mack start outplaying Jonquel Jones? Maybe not outplaying, but like out hustling Jonquel Jones. What happens? What happens? Listen, Libs. We can't go out like this. We cannot go out like this. Please, not in 3 games. Not in 3 games. If we lose to the Lynx in the semifinals, all right, whatever. We lose to the Lynx. Revenge season. We can't go out like this. Not this season. Because I promise my limits know no bounds if we lose this season. I'm the same way how I said I wouldn't talk about Sandy. If we bow out somewhere in this playoff run, especially in the first round, the gloves are off. The gloves and the headgear are off. Okay, I'm swinging. I'm swinging. And here's the other thing. For the past 2 years, y'all have only had to worry about me swinging. Everybody else is gonna be swinging too. Don't think I'm gonna be alone in this. Don't think I'm gonna be alone in this. We gotta find a way. We gotta find a way. We're going to have to win in Phoenix anyway, but we gotta find a way. We better not do no dumb ish and drop a game at home. I'm so stressed about this. And when is this game? This game plays 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. Well, it's a good thing I can't watch it. It's a good thing I can't watch it. I'm gonna record it. Fucking hell, bro. I don't know. 2-1 libs. 2-1 libs. 2-1 libs. 2-1 libs. I don't know. 2-1 libs. I think. I think both. I think both teams get a game. I think both teams get a game. I don't know Phoenix to be the most disciplined team on defense, and the offense they run. I really haven't watched. Truthfully, I haven't watched a lot of Phoenix Mercury games. And the games that I did watch, they were kind of going up against like some of the bottom teams. Um, Let me see how they compete real quick. Is it yeah? Every time I watched the Phoenix Mercury play, it was always against like Chicago, maybe Indy, LA. It was always against like teams like that, So now I don't really know the identity of the Phoenix Mercury, and I don't even think I'm the only one. Like I don't know the identity of the Mercury. Lost their last three, but we're on a 6 game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game winning streak. Lost the aces, struggle with the aces, struggle with ATL. ATL, man, I don't even think they won a game against ATL this season. ATL might be. Listen to me, y'all. ATL might be it. ATL might be it. Oh my gosh, we might lose. We might fucking lose, dog. I'm not confident in this first round, yo. I'm not. We struggle with beating the Lynx. The Phoenix Mercury at least got a win against the Lynx. Our win was like we just got that, and that was against the Lynx's G League team. Like we just got that. That was against the Lynx's bench, and we just got that. Bro, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, chat. I don't even want to say anything because then it's going to be like, oh, you're talking against your team. You don't believe in your team. And then they win. And then again, I look bad. So it's just like, I don't want to say anything, but I just don't have confidence. I don't really have the confidence. I think we can pull it off. I'm not saying we can't, but I'm scared at really how it's going to look or something. Like, is it going to, I don't think it's going to be convincing. I can tell you that. I'm scared of our principles and the guidelines that we have on our team because we don't have a system. Maybe Phoenix has a system. I don't know what their system is. Satu dribble too high. Maybe we can exploit that. I don't know. Kalia Copper, who gonna guard her? Sab. Makani faster than everyone on our team. Oh my gosh, I'm not confident, yo. I'm gonna say 2-1 libs. I know it's a BS pick, but I'm gonna say 2-1 libs. Maybe we can just out talent our way out of the first round. 2-1 libs. Maybe, just maybe. It's probably a good thing that game one is at Phoenix. Maybe we can just out talent our way out the first round. Brianna Stewart go crazy. We might have to Stewie our way out of the first round. If we can do that, cool. Like I said, the run, like I told y'all, the run might be ugly. It might be ugly. But if we can win, I promise I'll leave it alone. If we can win, I'll leave it alone. Okay? So just getting through those rounds. Then we have Lynx. 2-1 Liberty. 2-1 Liberty. Ah boy. 2-1 Liberty. 2-0 Lynx. 2-0 ATL. Am I going to walk back? I might walk back my Aces pick. Maybe 2-1 Aces. I just think the Aces might lose, man. I really do think the Aces might lose. I'm so not confident right now. I'm actually struggling with my confidence right now. 2-1 Aces. They played. I don't really trust Seattle in 3 games. Seattle might give me something different in 3 games. 2 games they might be okay, but 3 games, somewhere in that game they're gonna have that BS game. 3 games, one of those games is gonna be that BS game. Aces 2-1. Aces 2-1. Aces 2-1. ATL 2-0. So we have Aces versus the Dream, Liberty versus the Lynx. Now, Libs versus Lynx. Again, we're just gonna have to rely on our talent because we're definitely not as poised as the Lynx. Best of 5. I think that shit's going 5 again. I really do. If it doesn't go 5, it might go 4. It might go 4. 3-1, 3-1 Lynx, right? Or no, best of 5, right? Fuck. 4-1, 4-1 Lynx. 3-2. No. No, best of 5. So 3-1, 3-1 Lynx. Not bad. Do we win 1 game against the Lynx? I don't think so. But damn, they got Dejanay Carrington too, though. Do we win 1 game against the Lynx? I don't think you could be angry for that long. Do we win 1 game against the Lynx? We get 2 games to play the Lynx. We might be able to win both. We're not really afraid of their home arena, thanks to Sab. I'll give Sab props for that. Stewie, yeah, we're not really scared of their home arena. We don't win 1 game. It might be, if the Lynx do win, it might be 3-2 Lynx, best 5. But I think, again, can we out talent the Lynx again? I don't know. They're gonna have that effort factor, bro. They're not gonna care. They're gonna be no hopes barred. It's gonna be wave after wave. Now you got Dejanay with the energy and stuff like that. And really, when you think about it, what they lacked in the playoffs last season was someone else to give them that energy kick. You feel me? And now they're bringing that off the bench with Dejanay Carrington, who might start maybe in some lineups, and Natisha Heidemann. They got that player that's going to give them that push when some of the stars are tired, when your Fee is tired, when your Smith is tired. You got Dejanay Carrington, you could just plop in the lineup now. Holy sh! If we somehow win a chip this season, I will not say a damn thing about Coach Sandy. I won't say a damn thing. Chat. I think Lynx or Liberty will go to 5 games, 3-2 Lynx. Not gonna lie, it's a good prediction. It's a good prediction. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, it might be. Because you know what the Libs are gonna do? We're gonna try to show up and act like we're not gonna get steamrolled. So we'll win like these games just for pride purposes or just for show purposes. So no one can write home and be like, oh yeah, y'all shouldn't have won last season. That's why the Lynx whooped y'all, you know what I'm saying? Whooped you know what in this year. Y'all only won 1 game because last year y'all robbed them. So we'll probably be forced to show up next round. Just to make it look good, just to make it look competitive when it might not be, Damn. Then we might have Lynx versus ATL. I got ATL beating the Aces, by the way. I do. Asia might work them out though. Asia might, hey, I love you to death, boy. But Asia, Brianna Jones, I love you to death. But Asia might work them out. Asia might work him out. I can see the Asia ATL memes already. She might give him a run for the money. I think Atlanta could move on because I feel like the team is better. I feel like Atlanta is better. Well, Atlanta might be more maxed at each position than the Aces, but Asia is so maxed out at her position. Who are you gonna put on her? Nas Hillman. Nas, I love Nas. I love the fact that Nas can hang with, you know, I love Nas, but it's Asia, bruh. Asia versus Brianna Jones. Now, granted, I don't think Asia can. Asia struggles against big bodies. She struggles against Aaliyah Boston's, the bruisers of the world. You feel me? And she also doesn't want to get herself in foul trouble a lot of the time. And you want to go Brianna Jones versus Melissa Smith? I'm going Brianna Jones every time. But Asia, I love you to death, Nas Hillman. But Asia, I don't know. Nas gonna have her work cut out for her. But also, again, you're bringing off Jordan Canada off the bench. Well, I don't know if Jordan Canada is going to start, but Tahina Paopao, I see a breakout game for her in the semifinals. I see a breakout game for Brittany Griner in the semifinals. You have more to worry about on ATL side than you do the Aces. You feel me? They got ATL has. This is why I think ATL has such a great chance at the chip because they have covers at each position, all the way to 6 people, 7 people, 8 people deep. They have coverages at each position. So you have your big off the bench, BG. You have your guard off the bench, Tahina Paopao and Maya Caldwell. They didn't, Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, like Hooper as well. I feel like more reps, more burn should have been given for Taylor Thierry. I think she's a diamond in the rough, bro. I promise you, Taylor Thierry, the one didn't get minutes. Like Tahina's been getting those minutes on ATL, but Taylor hasn't been getting a lot of minutes. But I promise you, I feel like if Taylor got some burn, bro, I would sign so fast on the ATL chip because she's perfect for this team. She's perfect for this team. She's perfect at her position. The question is, can you slow down Nas? I'm sorry, can you slow down Asia? Can Nas slow down Asia? Let me see. Can Nas slow down Asia? Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, Nia Coffey. I don't know if Nia Coffey is going to get a lot of minutes this series. ATL versus Vegas. I don't know if Nia Coffey gets a lot of burn this, but again, they're maxed out at the position. They have all the positions to cover. They can bring in Crazy Leg Coffee. Like they got maxes at every position, bruh. At every position. They don't even necessarily have to be good. It's just that ATL got them. So it's like, boom, all right, go check Jewel Lloyd. Don't matter. No matter if you get 6 fouls. Go check her. We got somebody else to do that. Shatori struggles, we're going to put in Nia Coffey. Nia Coffey struggles, we got Maya Caldwell. Maya struggles, hell, we'll play Taylor. They got coverages at each spot to the point, and they're not bad coverages either. I got Atlanta moving past the Aces. In 5, I think that might go 5. Yeah, hell yeah, that's going 5 because Asia's you're gonna need a couple of games to maybe figure out how you're going to play Asia. But once they figure that out, I think Atlanta will be okay. Then I think you have Atlanta. I think you have Atlanta, Minnesota in the finals. Yeah, BG is just so unserious sometimes. 6'9" for what? I mean, granted, BG is like, I don't know if this is her last year, but we're getting close to it. This might be BG's last serious season. You think she's unserious? Boy, wait till next season. You think she's unserious now? Wait till next season. I think next season might be her last season. So I don't know. She do be like playing around, but I feel like her team could keep her in check. Like if she realizes that there's actually a really good chance at winning another chip, I think she'll lock in. You feel me? So granted, if she wins a chip this season too, I think she actually might consider retiring after the season. Excuse me. She actually might expect that. Like she actually might consider it. If they don't win a chip this season, then she might come back for another year. But I think if she actually wins a chip this season, she'll just be like, all right, might as well leave on like while I'm on top, you know. But I think you have ATL and the Lynx in the finals. Is either ATL or the Libs. Fuck, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna give the prediction as just like Lynx moving on or whatnot. Um, but again, if we somehow find a way to end up in just getting to the finals for us, it would be amazing. It would be a prayer. It'd be a miracle. If we can get to the finals this season, it would be insane. Liberty versus Atlanta, I feel like that series would be super dope as well. And it would also be hilarious to go from Barclays back to that College Park Arena. That would be hilarious. For a 7-game series, that would be too funny. That would be too funny. But since the finals is best of 7, I also think the winner of the finals is going to do it in 6 games. So whether it's ATL Lynx or ATL Libs, the winner of the finals is going to do it in 6 games. I think it's going to be like 4-2. 4-2 to the winner. If it's ATL Lynx, that's tough. Ryan Howard is a tough cover. You can put that. Well, see, this is why I say don't start. This is why I say do not start Jordan Canada. Ryan Howard, Alicia, Nas, Brianna, play a 3. You could play a Caldwell, but they're most likely going to go Jordan Canada, Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray. You can't. I just feel like some of these teams are going to trip themselves up. Play Tahina Pow at the 1. No one's expecting that. 2, Tahina Pow is a perimeter threat. So guess who has to stay out of the Lynx's defense? Courtney Williams. Now you have Ryan Howard versus Bridget Carlton and Alicia Gray versus Kayla McBride. You can attack them two because technically you can't. You have to stay home on Brianna Jones and Naz Hillman. If you're going to live with Naz Hillman shooting a bunch of threes, she's been shooting pretty well when she's had high volume this season. And you already know Ryan's going to put up mad threes too. But if you play Jordan Canada, the Lynx aren't going to respect her outside shooting. They're damn near going to invite her into the paint because they recognize the defense is going to be easier if they can shrink the floor anyway. Jordan Canada doesn't help keep that floor spread. She sometimes has games where she's shooting hot, sure, but this is why I've been saying from the beginning of the season, Tahina doesn't really have to do much. Tahina just has to stand there. Like, I feel like you have an easy game plan yourself, and Atlanta should have been able to see that too. Tahina doesn't have to do much. Bring the ball up the court, play decent defense, cool. Pass when you need to pass. Run a pick and roll, find an open man. Like, look for your shot as well because that's what keeps the floor spread. Tahina doesn't have to do much. Tahina just has to be there. Her presence is damn near enough. Just having her there as a perimeter threat lets Ryan go, lets Alicia go, lets Brianna go. Atlanta versus the Lynx. That would be such a fun series to break down. That would be an amazing series to break down. Seriously, it would be an amazing series to break down. But I think the winner of the finals is going to win 4-2. I think they're going to win. I think the winner is going to win in 6 games. I think it's more likely going to be. If it's Atlanta, New York, if it's the Libs versus the Dream, I think that series will more likely be 7 games. I think that series. I think Dream versus the Liberty will be 7 games. Lynx versus Atlanta will be 6 games. Who do I think is going to win these finals? I'm gonna stick with my sleeper pick. I want the Libs to win, obviously, but I really am going to stick with my sleeper pick. I think I'm going to stick with the Atlanta Dream. I think the Atlanta Dream are going to win this year's finals. If not, come very damn close. I don't know. I just think it's going to take so much to get them out of the way, bro, to the point where it's like by the time you look up, holy hell, they're in a position to win. If they better not pull some Atlanta-ish and just fumble when they're that close. Because if they're going to do that, it's going to be to the Lynx. If they fumble when they're super close, it's going to be to the Lynx. So they could be in game 5, they do some BS, and the Lynx end up winning. If they're going to fumble, if they're going to do some ATL ish, I might cry, and I'm not even their fan. I think Atlanta wins the finals, bro. I think this is a RKO from the city of Atlanta. I really do. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lynx win. But I do think Atlanta wins this finals in 6 games. Sorry, in 6 games against the Lynx. Whoa, shoot. Actually, if they play the Lynx, that ish might go 7-2. That might go 7-2. Oh, damn. And I was talking about 3-2. 3-2 in the semis. Right. But damn, in a best of 7, I feel like if the longer the series goes on, that might favor who does that favor? I'm trying to think now. That might favor Minnesota the longer the series goes on, no? They have Deja. It's because they have Dejanay now. They have Dejanay. Man, this Lynx ATL final, bro. I low key need it. I low key need it because that's a best of 7. We're really gonna see who's like who the baddest team is in the W. In a best of 7 in the finals, we're really gonna see who top dog is. Sorry, who the we're really gonna see team 1. Who I think's gonna? I'm sticking with Atlanta though. I don't know how many games. I did say 6. That seems kind of low for a team like the Lynx, but they might get beat up in the series against maybe Phoenix or the Liberty. Definitely against the Liberty because I think that's going 5. At the very least 4. I'm going ATL. I wouldn't be surprised if that series goes 7 games, though. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going Atlanta. I'm going Atlanta for the 2025 WNBA champions. I'm going to end the stream right here. I appreciate you all checking out the stream. It was rather long. I kind of went through as many Doctor Strange scenarios as I could on this live stream. So sorry if it felt a little bit mundane or boring, but I'm really trying to go through every scenario. And that's basically what I come up with, man. I'm out of here. Y'all take care of yourselves. Enjoy the games tomorrow. I won't be able to watch like a lot of them. We'll be here post game. Maybe not post game, but we'll probably be here Monday live streaming, breaking down some of the games that happen on Sunday. If I can't do a post game live stream on Sunday. All right, that's gonna do it. It's been your boy. I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Peace.